Welcome, welcome, welcome to episode 40 of the show with no name. I'm your humble host, Nick, and today we're going to be exploring another abandoned farmhouse out here in the desert. This house I like to call Holiday House Historical Revisit. Now let's get into this. Sonora Louise Smart was born in Jenny Lind, Sebastian County, Arkansas, to farmer William Jackson Smart and his wife Ellen Victoria Smart. William Smart was a sergeant in the Union's 1st Arkansas Light Artillery during the Civil War. When Sonora was 7 years old, the Smart family moved from Marion, Arkansas, to a farm between Creston, Washington and Wilbur, Washington in 1889. When Sonora was 16, her mother died in childbirth with her 6th child. Sonora was the only daughter and shared with her father William in the raising of her younger brothers, including her new infant brother Marshall. Sonora Smart married John Bruce Dodd, one of the original founders of Ball and Dodd Funeral Home, and had a son, John Bruce Dodd, born in 1909. Smart held her father in great esteem. While hearing a church sermon about the newly recognized Mother's Day at the Central Methodist Episcopal Church, Sonora felt strongly that fatherhood needed recognition as well. She approached the Spokane Ministerial Alliance and suggested her own father's birthday of June 5th as the day of honor for all fathers. The Alliance chose the 3rd Sunday of June instead, though. The first Father's Day was celebrated June 19, 1910 in Spokane, Washington. Although observance of the holiday faded in the 1920s, over time the idea of Father's Day became popular and embraced across the nation. In 1916, President Woodrow Wilson sent a telegraph to Spokane praising all Father's Day services. In 1966, President Lyndon B. Johnson signed a presidential proclamation declaring the 3rd Sunday of June as Father's Day. And in 1972, President Nixon added to that by establishing a permanent national observance of Father's Day to be held on the 3rd Sunday of June every year from now on. Dodd was honored at Expo 74 at the World's Fair in Spokane in 1974. She died 4 years later at the age of 96 and was buried in the Greenwood Memorial Terrace in Spokane. Besides her advocacy for Father's Day, Dodd was also active in the Spokane chapter of the Women's Christian Temperance Union. In the 1920s, Dodd spent some time away from this area studying at the School of Art Institute in Chicago, doing painting, writing poetry, and working in fashion design in Hollywood. She really lived a full life, living to the age of 96, and she's even still remembered to this day. And this is the house that Sonora and her father and her brothers lived in back in the day. This is a revisit from episode 2, Holiday House, that you probably have seen earlier in my YouTube channel. But I knew I definitely had to come back to this one because it's just such a beautiful house. As usual, the window placement is just impeccable. I just love the windows here. Just how solid and sturdy this house still is. You could tell by how the roof right there is holding the snow up. This is definitely one of my favorite houses, not just because of the significant history that this house has, but just how beautiful this house is inside and out. It's just built so nicely. And I had such a good vibe when I was in here too. I bet you they were a really happy family when they lived here back in the day. Starting out downstairs here, walking in the front door. Everything's still in pretty good condition here. I think if somebody really wanted to, they could come and invest some money into this house and restore it. Because everything seems to still be pretty solid. It was very well built. I know that I say this on every episode, but this house has its own unique layout and design that's really special into itself, and that's what makes it really awesome to come explore. I could tell by looking at the inside of this house too, it was just built with really quality material too. Just based off how nice everything still looks. Walking into the living room here. Just love the windows in this living room, and I could imagine what this house looked like when it was first built and it was decorated and there was a family living in here. Those are just incredible windows. What an awesome little living room they must have had right here a long time ago. Just so cool that this was the house of the lady that pioneered Father's Day. Got a sink in here. Maybe this was the kitchen. It was kind of hard for me to tell. I bet it was, though. It's got some really cool windows in this room, too. I just like the look of it. Everything's still just so nice and solid and well put together. In spite of the circumstances, the weather, the elements, and whatnot. So cool too, because most of the people that I know in these communities don't even know or remember the history of such a cool house like this and the significance of it and what it means. And it's just right here under everybody's noses. This should be some sort of monument, but it's out here completely forgotten. But I think that's what makes it even cooler. Gosh, I love those windows. They definitely got plenty of light down here during the day. I wonder what they did for fun and how they lived their lives in this house. Wish I could see some old pictures of it back when it was first built. Now we're heading upstairs to check some of the bedrooms out. And just like everything else in this house, these stairs were nice and solid. This house was just so well built and put together. They did a really good job when they built this house. The upstairs did not disappoint. It's really nice up here. I like how that window is right there at the top of the stairs like that. And there's that railing there. Just love that style of build that they used to do back in the day, where there's like a bedroom that isn't a bedroom, but then it leads to a little hallway that leads to the bedrooms. I just love how they used to do that. And they got the angled ceilings in the rooms, as you can see. Just such a fantastic build. And of course, they made sure to put a nice, big, perfect window right in the middle of every room, which you gotta love. You can see there's no sticks and plaster here. They had the boards and fabric, which I like too. And the fabric's letting you know that, yeah, it was pretty windy when I came out here to do this revisit. It was pretty cold and windy, but I didn't mind. It was worth it. Just love how it was built up here. Bet you it looked so nice when it was brand new. The kids sat up here and played games and hung out. Here's another bedroom here. It's got a strange little window over here. This little bedroom was kind of confusing. I don't know if it's like a baby room or a child's room or what, but it's got the low window there and it's kind of small, and nonetheless it's a cool little bedroom though. Now we're heading into the master bedroom here, as you can see. This was probably Mr. Smart's room back in the day. Nice big window right in the middle of the room as usual. Awesome angled walls that go into the ceiling, and it's just a little bit bigger than the rest of them. So this was maybe a 4-bedroom house all in all. But it's still nice and going strong, and it's very well built. Well, I hope you enjoyed this historical review of this awesome old abandoned farmhouse out here in the middle of the desert. And I also hope you enjoy the rest of the videos and the pictures. Thank you.